What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite for a full breakdown of the Season 1 patch notes for Black Ops 7 and Warzone. Definitely stay tuned. As a reminder, folks, we will be live starting tomorrow, very early on, as we await the full launch of the season at 9 a.m. Pacific and 11 o'clock Central, which is 12 o'clock Eastern. As you can see here, lots of major changes across the board. They'll be linked in the description of this video as well if you want to check them out. A lot of global changes with bullet penetration, weapon attachments, a free camo, updates to certain challenges. Season 1 is getting a ton of content, plus some map changes and some equipment updates. Got a new playlist menu coming. Zombies getting quite a bit with DLC 1. Direct mode support for Ashes of the Damned. A leaderboard reset for Dead Ops Arcade 4. New gameplay updates, and even more. Endgame is also getting some new world events. 2 new exotic weapons, and a bunch of bug fixes, plus gameplay improvements. With that, let's jump right into things here. Welcome to Season 1. Of course, we've gone over all the core DLC in a bunch of recent videos, which you can find here on the channel. Roadmap, story so far, weekly challenges, we know about all of that. New weapons. Oh, they added a nice little slider here in the patch note blog. Pretty cool. We're fully aware. And they gave us at least the first 2 weeks of rewards. Information about them, at least, of what we're going to be getting. New score streak coming. It looks like, I guess the crossbow is coming during week 2 with the Rally Point community event. But then week 2 challenges for the weeklies will give you the brand new score streak. Or I'm sorry, the Akita. The score streak will be coming week 3. Very cool. We know about our new maps. These are our launch maps. Of course, plenty more being saved for the mid-season. Party games return. We got Prop Hunt, 1 in the Chamber, Sharpshooter. And then during week 2, you're going to be seeing 6 and Stones and Gun Game. So we got 3 to start it off. Again, the Christmas update won't be coming till, I want to say, like week 3, if I had to guess. Zombies, we already know about all the content there. New boss, wonder weapon, survival maps. Mule Kick is back with its augments. Carry forward. Gameplay items from Black Ops 6 with the respective augments you already unlocked, plus some new ones. And scrolling all the way down, past Gobblegums, directed mode. Quite a bit of content here. It's the biggest Season 1 of all time. Probably the biggest seasonal update in Call of Duty history as well. What's up with this, though? New endgame exotic weapons. Kill Switch. Fully auto AR modified for raw power and aggression. Affinity for shrapnel rounds. Swarm Forge. Full auto SMG adapted for ultra dynamic and ruthless CQC. Affinity for photon rounds. We're not sure what those exotic weapons are, but going to be curious to jump in and go ahead and find them so we could use them. Week 1 is the Astra Malorum Zombie Leaderboard event. We may have gotten a glimpse of the Camo rewards in the big studio broadcast video that they posted earlier today. I did a reaction to that here on the channel as well. But then we have week 2 is going to be Rally Point. Players are going to work together to complete community missions to unlock rewards for all. Participate to earn additional rewards, new weapons, blueprints, camos, operators, and more. Much better than the community hit list event that we got last year inside of Black Ops 6. Very excited about the new crossbow. But global, we got a Ricochet update. For Season 1, we're rolling out stronger detection tools and upgraded protections built to support fair play across both BO7 and Warzone. This includes improved boosting detections designed to catch unfair progression and an expansion of TPM 2.0 and secure boot for Warzone. New tools are coming later in the season to help players quickly verify that their PC meets our security requirements. All right. If you verify your email on your Activision account, you get 15 XP tokens, 5 for each tier, and the Veiled Aurora Universal Weapon Camo. Don't forget, if you already verified your email, then you'll just get the rewards when Season 1 goes live. Added the option to go to challenge when selecting a calling card in the reward feed. That lets players quickly navigate to the calling card challenge that unlocked. Okay. Address an issue that incorrectly displayed Mastery Camo progress, and an issue that was causing some challenge amounts to overlap with the progress bar. Bullet penetration. In Season 1, the goal of these changes is to increase penetration overall while keeping damage reasonable. We would like to maintain a level of consistency and predictability when it comes to bullet penetration. Up until now, it was driven entirely by the maximum distance it could pass through a given surface. Limited our ability to tune distances without also affecting damage. But with Season 1, penetration damage and distance has been decoupled. Weapons will still have a max distance they can shoot through for each surface type, but all the damage fall off they experience will be a flat percentage regardless of how thick the surface was. They're going to be monitoring that as time goes on. Slightly increased distances at which bullets can penetrate through different surfaces. Bullets successfully penetrate through a surface now experience a flat percentage. FMJ will now increase distance penetrated. And they addressed an issue with FMJ as well. Weapon tuning. We're planning a larger weapon balance patch once for a couple of weeks into Season 1, and I've collected plenty of feedback and data on the first batch of new weapons and attachments. This timing will help us ensure that Season 1 meta is the best state possible heading into the holidays. Yep, before they go on holiday break, and they are literally AFK until first week of January-ish. I think Reloaded should be around January 9th, according to the estimates right now. The attachment adjustments below are very focused and not intended as a comprehensive balancing pass. We often revisit and tweak attachment tunings as we add new weapons into the game. You're going to be seeing changes there for, appears to be the M15, the AK, MXR, the Maverick, the Mirage, and the Peacekeeper. Got some buffs and nerfs across the board here for SMGs. We got the Raiden, the RK, the Razor, Dravik, the Carbon, and the MPC. Got our light machine guns getting some changes there. Miscellaneous weapon updates, addressed issues with attachment names, descriptions, pros and cons, and issues causing reload prompts to not show up. Endgame co-op campaign, 2 new world events. I believe it's the Origins bot and the Z-Rex, the Toxic Tyrant. We'll find out tomorrow when we hop in. Got new exotic skills. I went over that in a previous Endgame video. 2 new weapons we went over. There's an issue with exotic weapons missing certain attachments. An issue with some exotic weapon effects not triggering properly. I wonder if they're going to change it to where you can camo grind with exotic weapons. That's something they haven't addressed yet. I guess we'll see later. Got some changes there for endgame weapons. Underbarrel launcher damage now scaling with rarity properly. There is an issue of people entering with 2 of the same weapons in their loadouts. Optic problems. And yeah, people that equipped camos on their weapons in endgame were noticing they would spawn in and it wouldn't give them the attachments they equipped for some reason. Camos are interfering with that. An issue with dedicated melee not receiving damage upgrades. General updates in endgame. Kinetic jump failing to consume a charge and trigger fall damage protection. Issues with escape activity showing 0. And a rare instance of the escape VTOL not appearing. Adjusted a rare issue where players would not get a 3rd skill track to choose from. Various stability performance updates. Yeah, PC's been running really weird on endgame, so let's hopefully get some changes there. Adjusted some other issues for the actual missions. Some bugs there. We got some UI improvements. Multiplayer. Season 1 introduces several new and returning playlists to MP, including the return of Sticks and Stones for the first time since Cold War. Cold War spotted. Cold War mentioned. Peak. The first playlist tab will now be the featured playlist where we'll highlight various styles of experiences such as Season 1 Mosh Pit, featuring Utopia, Fate, Odysseus, and Standoff. And that's also where you can find Standard Mosh Pit, where skill is important consideration. We continue to see increased engagement with Standard Mosh Pit. Oh, this is the start, chat. Open matchmaking might become a little bit irrelevant the next few months. We'll see. Okay. We're going to be featuring in the feature tab for players who prefer an experience with more similarly skilled opponents. With the main tab changing to featured, the other tab will now become party game modes, which will now include prop hunt, sharpshooter, one in the chamber, and gunfight. In addition to standard, all multiplayer playlists feature open matchmaking where skill is minimally considered for a more varied experience. Yep. I guess if open was too sweaty and if not enough casuals bought the game, you're going to see more people hopping into standard since that was protecting them. Overtime has been added to overload. That's cool. Players are not forced to their pistol when carrying the MP device. That's a good change. Got some bug fixes there. Skirmish. Can't even speak anymore. Added new high value objectives in Mission Tide. That's actually awesome. It was the absolute mode to grind score in for the recent Proving Grounds leaderboard event. So that's great. Best play has been added. I love Skirmish, by the way. We need to get more maps added to this mode. High value objectives will now spawn roughly 25% faster than before. Raise wingsuit redeploy spawns. Address the rare bug. UAVs are more difficult to destroy in Skirmish than intended. Exposure added a new path and interior to help players navigate from the loading screen which connects to the solar panels. That's cool. The loading spawn area, not loading screen, excuse me. And then we know about the new Toshin area. That's great. Got equipment change. Score streaks. Yes, significantly increase the rate of overclock progression for the Scout Pulse. How about everything? Let's get some increase for everything. An issue where the skewer would sometimes not kill its target upon impact. An issue with the dog. Got some UI improvements there. With the winner's circle, a medal. Free-for-all private match games. I don't think they mentioned Nuketown private match support yet. I'm sure that's going to be there. With the mannequin Easter egg. I'm sure that's there. For zombies. The Ashes of the Dam boss fight in Curse mode has been reverted to its original harder difficulty. That's great. For those that want that really hard experience that we saw at launch, you can still go ahead and play that in Curse mode. Standard Ashes of the Dam boss fight will be the new nerfed version, though. Then we got a bunch of issues across the board for the boss itself. Old Tessie problems. Players in other events will now be warped to the main quest step that requires all players after a 5-minute delay. Issues with the trap switches. Spawn problems with certain parts you have to grab and interact with. Oh my god, address an issue in which the main quest will not progress if the Widow's Lantern spores are spread around 999. An ultimate fix there for absolute high rounders that are trying to do the Easter egg. That is absolutely insane. General issues, exploits patched up to ensure the game is a lot more fair. People aren't cheesing the camel grind. Update the Hack-a-Much version of the arrow to fire grenade projectiles. Was that always meant to be a feature? Maybe they just added that now, or it was bugged before. I'm not sure. Other issues with upgraded weaponry. Fire rate for the Mirage. Underbarrel launcher damage will now scale with the weapon rarity. That's good. Items from the mystery box will now drop on the ground when players melee the box. Oh my god, that's a huge change. That's crazy. Instead of something have to go up to the box and like interact with it, they might miss it if they're like far away. They can just drop on the floor now. Oh my god. The Necrofluid Gauntlet's now in the box on survival. For all survival maps on Ashes of the Damned. Or from Ashes of the Damned. TED tasks are now in survival. Chompy will now remain active in survival except for special rounds. Curse mode, reduce the amount of essence earned from trap kills. I got some nerfs there. Address an issue where players using a Time Ball Gobblegum were unlocking a relic portal. Close an exploit that allowed... Oh, I guess that was if you're trying to like cheese your way to fucking like a high round or something. Close an exploit that allowed players to spam the interact on the phone to get the relic portal to appear. That confused people how to actually solve it at first, so that's a good fix. An issue where the wine bottle for a relic would appear to float in the air. An exploit involving loading a solo save after round 60 to unlock a relic. Added a playlist image for Curse. That's good. Armor plates now automatically apply to your vest with Vulturate Armor-matic if down a full plate or more. That's good. That's a good way to improve the relic there, or the augment. An issue where Deathshot Daiquiri was not locking onto a player's head. Exploits with augments. PhD flopper. Equipment fixes. Being able to buy Klaus. That's good. Hunter bots will now be destroyed by the Shock Mimic's EMP blast. Nerfing those a little bit. Support. Issues with ARCXDs. VFX for the Mangler Cannon. Vehicle fixes for Old Tessie. That's pretty cool. People were becoming invincible. That's not intended. People were clipping through it. Power-ups. There's issue with timers for power-ups occasionally not appearing. Oh my god, a lot of changes for zombies. Your loot fixes. Issues with the ether canister from the Easter egg step. DG2 turret could respawn after loading a save. Oh my god, look at these enemy changes. Lots of issues with clipping through the floor, high contrast, collision, VFX. Zombie animation's not playing correctly. The boss would clip through the ground. And activities. Address an issue with TED tasks required zombie eliminations not tracking. An issue with TED tasks requiring players to remain in the location not tracking correctly. Gobblegums. Oh my god, that's crazy. When swapping Gobblegum packs, the first 3 gums will swap once one of the following conditions are met. The player uses a gum in any slot. The player takes a gum from the machine. 3 minutes of total match time have passed. That's awesome, dude. That's a great quality of life change. Address an issue where the progress from converting a Gobblegum to essence would be saved on the slot with the new Gobblegum. Remove daily challenge for killing special zombies. Sticky grenades and clusters now count towards challenges that require lethal equipment. UI fixes across the board for all of BO7 zombies. Graphical fixes. Audio improvements when you pick things up. Stability. Dead Ops Arcade 4, full leaderboard reset. Hardcore playlist added. First person added to normal. That's awesome. First person standard co-op matches can now commence. Gameplay improvements throughout Dead Ops. Slayer Mart fixes. Firepower tuning updates. And then I think they've also nerfed some of the Gobblegum abilities as well. Because some of them were a bit too overpowered. I guess we'll find out when we go test that out following Season 1. That's Black Ops 7, folks. Let's see if the Warzone patch notes are out. I think they've been posted. Yeah. We'll just do a quick skim of that. We don't want this video to be too long. Of course, Ricochet changes are coming. Can't forget about that. Rewards, events. We know about the Battle Pass. Haven's Hollows releasing for Resurgence. They made adjustments to the barn, as we saw in the Big Studio Broadcast Dev Talk they released earlier today. Here's all the POIs, adjustments. 2 new POIs in Verdansk. Plenty of Easter eggs to discover across both Warzone maps. Rebirth will be rotated on a timer along with Haven's Hollow later on in the season. Or maybe it's right away. We'll see. Weekend-only playlist. That's going to be exciting. We'll be doing some weekend streams to cover all that. Buyback BR week 1, Amp BR week 2. No limited time mode will be available due to the holiday break. But week 5 will be ultra fast resurgence. That sounds fun. Open matchmaking inside of Warzone. That's brilliant. Just like we have in multiplayer. All squad sizes at the start of Season 1 will be available across both Core, BR, and Resurgence in Europe and North America. Other regions will be launching with quads for both Core modes. Obviously, the regions that don't have too many players will have less playlists that you can choose from. And they'll be monitoring data to see. Aim assist changes. Tune strength at short and long ranges. All right. So they're going to be matching a lot of those same changes from Black Ops 7 that Treyarch's working on. We got Raven and High Moon working on some other things here. Remove Tac Sprint as a core ability. Brand new perk system. Combat roles available. As you can see there. Experimental mechanics. Both wall jump and grapple hook in all limited time modes throughout Season 1. Does not impact casual or core Battle Royale and Resurgence though. Wildcards removed entirely. Overkill's available to all players by default. Brilliant. Weapons limited to 5 attachments. Equipment options have been changed. Stim Shot cannot be activated immediately after being hit by a flash to actually clear the disorienting effects. That's actually pretty cool. That is absolutely insane. And then we got a list of all the available equipment, including new ones from Black Ops 7. Go ahead and scroll past that a little bit. That's quite a bit. Sight grenades are new. That's going to be trippy for competitive play and final circles. This is just a list here of all the equipment, field upgrades. You know about all that. They've adjusted the bunker buster. Adjusted the care package. And they're also bringing back the following streaks right there. Cluster strikes, UAVs, napalm strikes. We need some lightning strikes. That'd be great from BO2. Lootable perks are back. I think they added them in MW3 and got rid of them in BO6, if I'm not mistaken. Or vice versa. And then we got a list of all the perks and categories. Lootables. Blue, red, and yellow perks you're going to be able to find throughout the economy. Seasonal loot. Select items will now rotate in and out of availability each season to keep the sandbox fresh. And they're giving us an example there. The pricings for all items at buy stations. Brand new adjustments. Here's a tac map of where they all are in Verdansk. Buyback speed. Further improvements are being made to quickly eliminate... It's how quickly eliminated teammates become available for buyback at buy stations. Okay. Contract spawn system. They've removed the search and destroy contract. Low adoption rates towards the end of the previous chapter led to its removal for now. Yeah, people just weren't doing them. Public events for each circle. Loadout drops. Fire sales. Jailbreaks. The good stuff. Obviously, you can still use every single item from MW2, 3, and Black Ops 6 inside of Warzone when we integrate with Black Ops 7. Got some specific weapon tuning adjustments just for Warzone that are not applying to the multiplayer or zombies. I will leave these patch notes linked down below if you want to check out all the specific weapon adjustments. Returning Polaris vehicles with new skins. Weekly challenges are available for Warzone as well. And then UI and UX improvements across the board to make it the freshest Warzone update possible here. Visual improvements, Warzone Armory if you missed items from previous events, improved rotation playlist, UI, quality of life, loading screen improvements, reward feed. Oh, they can view a history of recently unlocked rewards. That's good. That's good. Dedicated button to leave the firing range. Okay. Navigation UI, in-game HUD improvements. Very, very good for just visibility across the board for exactly what you are doing. But ladies and gentlemen, that is about it. Those are the Season 1 patch notes for Black Ops 7, multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. Pretty lengthy. More meta shifts are coming much more frequently for Warzone especially. And we're going to be seeing a big set of patch notes, of course, with Reloaded probably during the first week of January. With that being said, leave all your thoughts down below on everything that's been added, everything that's been improved. And we'll be jumping into Season 1 tomorrow morning. I will catch you all in the next one and live on stream. Peace out, everybody.